I want to talk a little bit about something that's mildly uncomfortable. If you work in recruiting or TA, you're accountable for hiring outcomes this year. Time to fill, quality of hire, acceptance rates, pipeline health. Here's the harder question. How many of you control employee engagement strategy? How many of you control executive messaging? How many control how managers behave on a random Tuesday afternoon? Exactly. And yet, when hiring slows, when offers decline, when Glassdoor gets spicy, who gets the Slack message? Recruiting. Recruiting owns the outcome, rarely the inputs. And that tension, that's what we're really here to talk about. You've seen this pattern. Hiring gets harder, the market tightens, AI changes sourcing overnight, and suddenly somebody says, don't we need to fix our employer brand? As if employer brand is a toggle switch. Refresh the career site, rewrite the EVP, add more lifestyle photography. Problem solved, right? Except it isn't. Because recruiting doesn't create reputation. Recruiting inherits reputation. And I say that as someone who loves this function deeply. I put it in the chat a little earlier. I got my start in recruiting by accepting a web designer job in 2004. But we have to be honest about what we control. For the last 20 years, we've treated employer brand like it's a marketing layer, something downstream, something tactical, something you turn on when recs get harder. But employer brand is not a campaign. It's not a tagline. It's not a media buy, despite what companies might tell you. It's not even a clever LinkedIn carousel. It's the lived experience of working at your company. And that experience becomes your brand whether you manage it or not. And that's the part people don't love hearing. Here's what that means practically. When, when engagement drops, what happens to referrals? When trust in leadership dips, what happens to candidate confidence? And when internal mobility feels a bit murky, what happens to recruiter credibility? Recruiting feels it first. In conversations inside the People Brand Collective community, this keeps coming up. Senior talent leaders are being measured on outcomes shaped upstream. It's not a marketing failure, it's alignment drift. And alignment drift compounds quietly until it doesn't. Let me give you a cleaner way to see this. Employer brand is your experience brand. Think of it as a 5-layer system. Layer 1, executive narrative. What is the leadership saying the company is? Layer 2, operating reality. How does the work actually feel? Oh, I'll get there. Layer 3, employee belief. Do people trust what leadership says? Then there's recruiter messaging. What does your team actually communicate? What are they saying in these outreaches and in these posts? And then market perception. What candidates believe before they ever talk to you. If those layers align, recruiting feels almost unfair. It's unfairly efficient. And if they don't align, your recruiters, they become professional translators, or worse, professional apologizers. And nobody here signed up for that. Quick gut check. On a scale of 1 to 5, how aligned is executive messaging with employee reality at your organization, at your company? Let's be honest. You can put it in the chat. If that number is below a 3, your recruiting team is compensating. You see it in longer cycles, heavier objections, more, I just need to think about it. There's no copy refresh that can fix narrative misalignment. Now, here are 5 questions you can use tomorrow or maybe later today. Can frontline employees clearly articulate our strategy? Does recruiter messaging match internal mobility reality? And does our engagement data and candidate feedback, does it tell the same story? Are leaders consistent during change? Do referrals increase when engagement increases? And if engagement improves, but referrals don't, something is off. If candidates are asking questions that mirror survey complaints, something's also off. This is operating language, not vibes. When alignment is strong, recruiting accelerates. Internal clarity creates confidence, and confidence drives advocacy. That advocacy strengthens your candidate conversations. Stronger conversations improve acceptance and retention reinforces reputation. See where I'm going here? This is the big spinning wheel that we're all on. Recruiting performance is the lagging indicator of that system. If you want sustainable recruiting outcomes, care about upstream clarity. That's leverage. We are living in an AI everything moment. Just look at subject titles of every single conference presentation. It's all about how AI wraps into the other thing. Sourcing is automated, screening's faster, workflows are compressed, but technology amplifies whatever foundation already exists. If your foundation's strong, you scale your strength. If it's cracked, you scale your friction. AI will not fix misalignment, it will expose it. And if you don't own employee experience, as most of us don't, you don't need ownership actually. You need leverage. Instead of we need better employer branding, try our acceptance rate dropped 12% after engagement declined in this function. Executives respond to risk and most importantly, data, not adjectives. This is how recruiting earns a different seat at the table. Not louder and more messaging, but better framing. Recruiting leaders feel that downstream pressure, as all of you do, but you're not powerless. You need sharper language. I want to emphasize that recruiting can't out-message misalignment. You can't campaign your way past employees who don't believe you, but you can influence that alignment, and that changes everything. I know I'm a little bit faster than this, but what I want to say is, what would you change if recruiting helped shape the experience instead of just selling it? If this happened to resonate with you, I've got a free one-page experience brand audit document that you can use with your leadership team, or just check out yourself to get some good questions. You can connect with me using the friendly QR code there, and I'll send it directly. Inside People Brand Collective, we're continuing this dialogue with people navigating this exact shift. But regardless of that, start upstream, because recruiting doesn't need louder messaging, it needs stronger alignment. Now, I know we're going through all of this. I see lots of great comments in here. Recruiting must help shape the experience. Lots of people happy to connect, but critical to share and reset your EB metrics quarterly. I love this. I also love take a drink, by the way, every time somebody says the word authenticity of whatever beverage is closest at hand. Happy to answer questions, happy to stick around. But I think it's really important to know and acknowledge that we have more power than we've been told we do. Thank you.